Washington faces a political turmoil. More than 40 lawsuits have been filed in less than a month. Federal courts are working overtime, aimed at blocking President Trump's sweeping executive orders in his second term. But with Congress subdued and little to no resistance within his own party, is America's judiciary the last line of defense? Are the courts America's last safeguard? State attorneys generals, unions, and non-profits have launched a legal battle against Trump's executive orders. And their targets? Policies reshaping immigration, civil rights, government spending, and federal agencies. The fight is playing out in real time. In just 3 weeks, federal judges have issued orders to halt several of Trump's controversial moves. These moves include ending automatic birthright citizenship for children of undocumented immigrants, transfer of transgender female inmates to male-only prisons, Musk's Department of Government Efficiency seeking access to computer systems at federal agencies to ferret out what is deemed as wasteful spending, dismantling the US Agency for International Development that allows roughly 2,700 agency workers to be placed on leave, freeze on federal loans, grants, and other financial assistance. All these moves have been met with resistance from federal judges, calling them unconstitutional. As far as birthright citizenship is concerned, Trump has said that he will appeal against the blocking by the judge.
Well, I always abide by the courts, and then I'll have to appeal it. But then what he's done is he slowed down the momentum. And it gives crooked people more time to cover up the books. You know, if a person's crooked and they get caught, other people see that, and all of a sudden it becomes harder later on. So, yeah, the answer is I always abide by the courts, always abide by them, and will appeal.
There are Trump's erratic moves, and then there is Elon Musk, a billionaire who has been granted extraordinary, unchecked influence over the government without any official title or Senate confirmation. Judge John Bates ruled in favor of the Trump administration. He allowed Elon Musk's team to access Labor Department data. It's one of Trump's first legal wins in his second term.
We do find it sort of rather odd that there are quite a few people in the bureaucracy who have ostensibly a salary of a few $100,000, but somehow manage to accrue tens of millions of dollars in net worth while they are in that position, which is, what happened to USAID. We're just curious as to where it came from.
Many of these lawsuits will eventually reach the Supreme Court, where Trump has a 6-3 conservative majority. The real test isn't just the legality of these executive orders, but whether the judiciary can keep up with Trump's relentless pace. Legal scholars warn that Trump's strategy might be to flood the courts with challenges and overwhelm the system and force a handful of president-shattering rulings in his favor.
What we're facing right now in this country is the Trump administration moving 100 miles an hour in 100 different areas and on a daily basis breaking the law, violating the United States Constitution. And that is, I think, a reinforcement from my perspective why it's so important to have multiple cases being brought across this country to make sure that we are responding with the same urgency that we're seeing to the lawlessness from Washington, D.C.
So the question still remains, will the judiciary remain the last line of defense? Or is Trump's legal onslaught simply too much and too fast? The fight is far from over, but stay tuned to Strat News Global as we track what shapes the American democracy.